Hi everyone, my name is Jenny and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am going to be showing you how to meal prep two different quinoa salads. I love quinoa and I love quinoa salads. They are my go-to lunch. I love making a batch of quinoa and quinoa salads on the weekend to enjoy throughout the week. It just makes things so much easier, and plus quinoa is so good for you. It's full of vitamins, it's a complete protein, which is especially great if you are vegan or vegetarian. I just love quinoa. I love how it tastes. I love adding different vegetables and fruits to quinoa, different herbs, different dressings. There are just so many options. So today I am showing you two of my favorite quinoa recipes. The first quinoa recipe that I'm going to be making is my Brussels sprout quinoa salad with dry cherries and walnuts, and it's tossed in orange and lemon olive oil dressing. That's super easy to make, and I just love the flavors of this quinoa salad. This is probably my go-to quinoa salad and during the fall and winter months when Brussels sprouts are in season. And I love adding dried cherries to any recipe that I possibly can. Maybe it's because I live in Michigan and I just love Michigan dried cherries so much. They're so good. And if you can't find them locally, you can definitely order them online. They have them on Amazon. I will link it below. They are just the best dried fruit, at least in my opinion. And that was such a good quinoa salad to make ahead of time. And the second one is going to be a little different. It's going to be using red quinoa. So the first quinoa recipe uses the white quinoa, which is the traditional quinoa that you see in most grocery stores. But the second recipe is my beet and quinoa salad, and I like to use red quinoa for this salad. Red quinoa is a little bit chewier, it's a little bit nuttier, and holds up a little bit better texture-wise compared to the white quinoa. But it still cooks the same as white quinoa. It's still a great source of protein, vitamins, and nutrients. But I really love the red quinoa with cooked beets. I think the two complement each other really well. And so for that recipe, we're going to be roasting up some beets, adding it to our red quinoa, and then add some herbs, and then a lemon olive oil dressing, and that's really it. It's super easy to make. So let's go ahead and get started. For our first quinoa salad, I'm going to be making my Brussels sprout quinoa salad with dried cherries and walnuts. This is one of my favorite quinoa salads to make during the fall and winter. So to start, I already cooked and cooled my quinoa. For the quinoa salads, you really want to make sure that your quinoa is nice and cool. And so I went ahead and cooked up this quinoa earlier. And quinoa is just so easy to make. It's just 1 cup of dried quinoa, 2 cups of water or vegetable broth. You just bring it to a boil and you let it cook until it's nice and fluffy. So to our quinoa, I'm going to add 1 pound of Brussels sprouts that I have already sliced. And then I have half a cup of dried cherries. I absolutely love dried cherries. Dried cherries are my favorite, and I always use Michigan dried cherries since I live in Michigan, and I just think that they are the best. And then I have some toasted walnuts that I've just chopped up. Next, I'm going to add in some parsley that I've chopped, and then also some green onion. Oops. And then I'm going to just go ahead and mix everything together, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the dressing. So everything is mixed, and now it's time to make our salad dressing. Move that out of the way. Grab a small bowl to whisk our dressing together. So the dressing is really easy to make. It has a base of extra virgin olive oil, fresh orange juice, lemon juice, a little maple syrup to sweeten it up, salt and pepper. That's it. Super easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze the juice of 1 orange, my little orange juicer here. Scoop that out. This orange is nice and juicy. Sometimes I hate when oranges have no juice when you go to squeeze them. And then I have the juice of 1 lemon. I also have a smaller lemon squeezer, but since this lemon is a little bigger, I'm just gonna use this one. And this one is definitely really juicy. All right, next we're going to add our extra virgin olive oil. And then pure maple syrup. This is just going to help balance out all those flavors in the dressing. And then some black pepper. And then some salt. And then we just whisk this all together. And then I always like to taste the dressing after I make it, just to make sure that the flavors are all there. If I need to add any more maple syrup, if it needs to be a little bit sweeter, or more lemon juice if it needs more acidity. All right, so that looks good. So now we're gonna pour it over our salad. Okay. Let's give it a stir. Spoon. And then the flavors of the salad are just gonna get better as it sits, but you can serve this right away if you want, but it's gonna taste a little bit better the longer it sits. So this is great for meal prepping. Give everything a stir. I just love the flavor combinations in this salad. Then you're getting all that protein from the quinoa, since it's a complete protein, which is really great, especially if you're vegetarian or vegan. All right, looks good. I went ahead and gave the quinoa salad a taste just to see if all the flavors were there, and I ended up adding a little bit more salt and pepper just to bring out all those flavors. It just needed it a touch more. And so now you can serve this right away, or you can transfer it to an airtight container or a couple airtight containers if you're meal prepping, and store it in the fridge until you're ready to serve. For our second quinoa salad, I am making my beet and quinoa salad, and unlike their first quinoa recipe, this one is using red quinoa. And red quinoa cooks the same as white quinoa, but it's a little bit nuttier, it's a little bit chewier, and the texture holds up a little bit better than the white quinoa. And I really like the red quinoa in this salad because I think it goes really well with beets. So to this salad, I'm going to add some diced beets. These have already been cooked and they've been roasted, and then I just diced them up. So I'm going to add those in. I just gave them a rough chop. And then some green onions or scallions if you have those. And then some fresh parsley. So this has kind of the same flavors going on as the other quinoa salad with the green onions and parsley, but we're switching out the type of quinoa and then the vegetables that we are adding. So now I'm just gonna give this a mix. I just love the colors of this quinoa salad. I especially like to make this during the holidays because you get the red, the beets, and then the green of the onions and the parsley. And the fresh herbs just always make salads taste nice and fresh. So give that all a good mix. Okay, and now I'm going to make our dressing, and it's just a simple dressing. It doesn't take any time at all. Okay, so to our bowl, I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice or to taste. I'm just going to juice the lemon right in. Other half. Okay, and now a little bit of pure maple syrup. This is just going to help balance out all those flavors of the dressing. So add that right in, and then just a little salt and pepper. salt. And then just a little bit of black pepper. And then give it all a whisk. So now we are going to pour our lemon and olive oil dressing right over, and then give everything a good mix. And this quinoa salad I do like to make ahead of time because I just think that the flavors are able to meld together as it sits. So this is definitely a great make ahead salad, whether you need to bring it to a potluck, an event, or you're just meal prepping for the week. This is great for that. So I love quinoa salads because they're just so versatile. You can basically add your favorite ingredients to quinoa, and it's healthy, it's good for you, has lots of protein, vitamins, minerals. Alright, just make sure all of the quinoa is coated in that dressing. Oops, a little overboard. Okay. I also wanted to share, if you didn't want to take the time to roast your own beets, they just take about an hour to roast in the oven, or a little bit longer or shorter depending on the size of the beets. But it can be a little messy peeling the beets, and if you don't want to deal with that, I highly recommend getting these already cooked beets from Love Beets. These are great to have on hand. They're already cooked. You just need to cut them up and add them to whatever you are making. I got these at Costco, but I've seen them at other grocery stores, and this is a definite time saver, and you're still getting that nutrition from the beets, and it's a great healthy addition to any salad that you are making. I hope that these quinoa salad recipes have inspired you to incorporate more quinoa into your diet, or try a new quinoa salad recipe, or try red quinoa for the first time if you've never had it. You can purchase that at your local grocery store, online, wherever you buy your quinoa. And it's usually sold in little smaller bags compared to the white quinoa. But it's definitely worth picking up and giving it a try, especially if you like a little chewier texture. And if you find that white quinoa is a little too soft for you sometimes, you should definitely try red quinoa. I think you're gonna like it. So I hope you enjoyed these quinoa salads, and if you make them, please let me know down below what you thought, or your favorite quinoa salad. I would love to know. And if you would like to see more videos like this, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. As always, thanks for watching. Bye.